Hi there. Hey everybody, so let's start cooking. I'm gonna put this away. Hey everybody, so we are back again with some food stuff that we're gonna be doing today. I'm gonna be cooking, like I said, scrambled eggs, Indian style. Um, Also, I've got a little bit more organized. The veggies are all here. They're not gonna go into the eggs at least, but they're gonna go into the noodles that are gonna come later. So the noodles today are not going to be mine, but they're going to go to a friend of mine. So it's 1:04 Eastern time. I tried putting the settings today, but it just went to a different time. So I'll do it on the computer and do that. So hello and welcome everybody. We are in the Greater Toronto area of Canada. Now what do I got here? You can see a yolk dancing. I got cilantro. I love cilantro. I got very little curry spice, very, very little. And I'm also going to put, so this is 3 eggs, 2 egg whites, and 1 yolk. Yes, 2 egg whites and 1 yolk. I do intermittent fasting, like some of you might do that as well. So just to make it very filling, I will always make, so this is some milk here that I've got. I'm going to put a little bit of this milk, very little. See how little I'm putting? And I'm going to whisk it. What that does is it makes it very fluffy. Anything that you have in there, it makes it very fluffy. Take some salt as well. Again, just like yesterday. So this is going to be a scrambled egg dish, but it's going to be more crumble. Right? Got some butter here. We've got some leftover as well, so I'm going to use that leftover butter. In it goes. So we've got 3 eggs. Butter's good. I could have used the other one. You could have seen more with that, but I wanted the ease of cooking and for it to, fall out of the pan so much, or fall out of the pot so much. So that's that. Say hi, everybody. Mostly focusing on cooking and spending time well with walks and everything else. I'm just trying to take it so that the edges don't get crusty when the egg cooks. Yeah, you could have used oil as well. I just wanted to use this. Okay, so a few new ingredients that we don't cook with usually, not at least on this channel with whatever little we've done so far. So hi everybody, do give a like if you like, please. But of course also subscribe, that's the main thing. Subscribe, if you please can. The likes are pretty good when they come. Okay, so this looks like it's getting done pretty quickly. On the weekend I want to make enough today so that I don't need to cook tonight. So leave the veggies with the noodles, which are going to go over there, and that's going to come to the front, actually, that pan. So far what we've done is we've pretty much taken 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of your own favorite butter from your fridge. And we're making these eggs a little bit different than what I showed in the past. So you could put just about, this is not hot enough yet. If you want to know if it's hot enough or not, just take one little piece of onion, throw it in there. If it's not sizzling, if it's not making a big sizzle sound, I mean, it doesn't have to make a huge splatter, but a fairly big enough sound, then just avoid it. Otherwise, it's just going to drink the oil or butter or whatever it is that you're cooking in. Of course, this is not, now the sizzle has started, as you see, so this is pretty much safe, but it wasn't so good when I started. So these are cumin seeds. Cumin seeds, of course, dried. This would be about a teaspoon, I would say. I'm gonna throw it in there. And they're gonna start cooking very quickly. You hear the splattering already? Okay, the hotter the pan, the better. I can hear the splatter, and I can also hear the onion in there. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to prepare the bed before we put the egg on it. Okay, so what's an important part of this? So what did we have? We have 3 eggs, pretty much 2 egg yolks. Sorry, 2 egg yolks and 3 egg whites. So we took 3 eggs, but only 2 yolks out of them. The third yolk it's down the drain. If we want to catch it, it's not gone far, I'm sure. Okay, so that's pretty much cooked. The first base of the spice is cooked. I'm going to put a mix of some onions here. I'm going to turn this low now. That's what happens with the glass top or the induction. It will pick up very quickly, and then you got to go quick. Okay, so this is going to cook very quick. I'm gonna try and beat into this so that they all get individual and they don't get lumpy. They don't clamp with each other. These onions. That's enough. You could have made them very small as well. I did not do that. I have a very powerful kitchen exhaust. So this very powerful kitchen exhaust actually eliminates everything here. Okay, very unlikely ingredient, frozen green peas. Yes, very unlikely ingredient for your for your eggs is this. You hear the sizzle? I'm gonna put some more. Oh, one of them jumped. Okay, now I've got another unlikely ingredient, onion, ginger, sorry, onions already in there, ginger, garlic. This is 1 tablespoon. You really see it. It's actually heaped, right? It's tall, so it'll be about 1 tablespoon, or just about, approximately. That went in. Now this needs to cook, because if it's not cooked well, I'm pretty conservative on how much oil I take. I've never liked that since, I was very young. So unless you go somewhere where you're not cooking, and of course it's a restaurant, and of course they decide how much they put. I don't put a lot. If you want, you could have put some oregano now, or I would say put it later so it doesn't burn at this stage, right? So if you're still going up and down on the heat, going to number 6, number 8, number 2, number 3. So there's that. So I'm not seeing any comments. I'm not seeing anything. So I hope everything is working here. I am not aware if there's anything that's not working. So thanks everybody for joining us. This is my range hood. I've got 2 in here. I don't know if I can show you here. Yeah. So there's 2 parts. So there's double fan, and then this thing catches the oil. So you can see some oil in here. I'll just wipe that off after the cooking is over. Okay, just a little overdone. I got some green chilies. Again, they've been deveined. So you see, so the onion and garlic has started to get stuck at the bottom. That means it's getting cooked. We're gonna put some tomato. Thanks for the 1 like. I've already got 1 like. Yeah, 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 yeah. So the tomato is gonna make it saucy, and with the tomato going in, it's all gonna get cleaner from the bottom. All of that ginger, garlic, the threads from the garlic and the ginger, at least from the ginger, they will start getting cooked here. If you want, you can put a puree, or you can just puree that, a magic bullet that, and put that here. Let me see if I have 1 to put in. So I've got 1 here that I saran wrapped. I'm going to open the saran wrap. I never leave anything naked in the fridge. Not a good idea. Sorry. I'm going to get you half a Okay, and then we have a surprise ingredient today that you've heard a lot about on Dr. Eric Berg's and other people's show. And this ingredient, if you look at it, is not ginger. It's from the ginger family. It is called turmeric. I do not use powdered turmeric. It's dead, it's gone, it's dried, it's been pulverized into powder. It's just been, it's like talc. It doesn't have anything. So I use this original one. It doesn't have the color. As it gets drier, as you can see, this is wet, of course, and I washed it. I'm not going to remove the skin. Everything is good. So I'm just going to grate a little bit of that instead of using the color. Now you can see it gets more yellow as we go in. It doesn't have much of a taste. It's just like an aromatic carrot. So I put that in here just to make it a little bit healthier for everybody. For me, actually, since I'm the only one eating here today. Okay. So I rinsed that off. Our spoons here. So just to show you what it looks like. So it actually looks orangish. It sort of looks like a carrot here in terms of color, but of course it won't be sweet like a carrot. So at this point, with onions, with turmeric, with tomato, and with the sweet peas, it will be sweet. If we go in and taste it, it will be sweet at this time, and maybe with a little bit of chili. So let's dry this up. As you see the amount of veggies I eat, I'm trying to eat better. I think we're all trying to eat better. We were never inspired enough, so that's what this is about. Hey NB, hey NB, thank you for the first comment, NB. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am located in the Greater Toronto area of Canada, and I work as a teacher, and I'm not going to say any more about that part. I'm going to run the exhaust in intervals so that you don't hear a lot of the fan like you did on some other days. So. Hey, thanks for the second like. We have NB that said something, said a hi. Hello NB, hello everybody else. Welcome to my channel. My name is Raf B. I am in Canada and we are doing a late brunch, an intermittent fasting brunch, or let's just call it a late eating brunch. How about that? Late eating and late and early finishing of the food items. So there's a fair amount of water in here. That's going quick. Let me turn on the exhaust one more time. Nothing is burning. Nothing is burning. It's just the vapor in the water content. The water content in the veggies. So the green peas we've taken are your frozen ones. No, I did not pre-soak them. No, I did not preheat them. No, I did not put them in hot water or cold water. I just threw them in directly. And that's the way they should be cooked, unless you want fresh ones. That's a different story, of course. So hello everybody, thanks for joining in. This is our second last step. I even like to cook my eggs in gourmet style rather than a very, dry style. Just have them and it's over, it's done. It's just basic. It's not basic. We can make it better with very little ingredients. I would say all of this is within $10, except that your hourly rate in terms of labor is going to be a little bit more, or quite a bit more. So I'm going to put salt towards the end. Sea salt is better, of course, as they say. Rock salt is good as long as it doesn't have little pieces of stone or from the rock. And I'm getting a lot of that, so I'm not going to recommend that to anybody, at least. So let's go by whatever iodized salt you use. Now this is pretty much done. You can do it a little bit more or put less veggies than I put, because all the veggies that I did put had a lot of water content. The eggs have cilantro, have a little bit of salt. Now go the eggs. The eggs are going to go into this already made bed of saute of onion, ginger, garlic, green chilies, sweet peas, and what else did we have in here? And pretty much that, yeah. Everything is up. I'm going to lower this a little bit because the egg starts to cook very quickly. You don't want that turning too brown though. You could use this or you could use a flat one. I just wanted to use this because it goes into corners and can clean up the corners inside. At this point, if you want, you could completely turn off the gas or the stove. I still have some heat in here, so I'm going to take a chance and turn it off and see if it can cook. Time for salt. Black pepper. Some people like their eggs very wet. I don't really prefer them like that, but I'm sure it tastes good for whoever likes it like that, so. Actually tastes very good. Now you could even put it on something like an already toasted toast, right? So it could also go on a grilled toast from the toaster. Now you see how it's not sticking anymore? This is a good sign. It should have some water in it, like a little bit of water. Don't dehydrate this completely because then you won't even be able to use it in the fridge between now and tonight, if you like. Remember our favorite ingredient? This was the one I missed when I just did a recap. This is fresh turmeric. Some people like to call it turmeric. This is turmeric. Turmeric. There are little ones that look like worms. I wouldn't suggest that. I would say get the big ones. Let me show you some other ones that I have, but let me cover this first. Okay, just going to show you what it looked like when I purchased them at the store. If they are this big, get it, otherwise don't get them. I mean, it's better than, something's better than nothing. But let's just see how big they are. Yes, they are ginger family. This is not called a root. This is called a rhizosome, as some of you might already know. So I like these ones. So you see they're big enough. And there's ones that are much lighter and they have these sort of, rings on them. Have a look at this. This is how I stored this in the fridge in this bag that I got. Okay, one more time so you can see. I'll put that in this steel cup so you can see it. So this is what they look like. Okay, what is this? This is turmeric. I used to eat this. I used to chew on it. It doesn't have any taste. I mean, it does have a taste like a radish or something. You take that with a little bit of black pepper and oil. A little bit of black pepper and oil, and my acid reflux since 2006 that I had. That means I had acid reflux in 2006, 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and this year in the beginning, I discovered this when I watched Dr. Eric Berg's show. I had this, I chewed on it, and then along with black pepper, take the real peppercorns. If you do want to get better, I would say don't be cheap on yourself. You are most important for yourself. So I had this along with the third ingredient is what it's 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, and the third one is butter or oil. Just chug it down, or ghee. Chug it down. Drink some warm water after that. Let it sit in you before you eat anything for an hour. So I was very grateful I found this thing because I could never drink coffee. I could never drink coffee without thinking that the acid was going to rise. And you look very peaceful on the outside, and then you think, my stomach's burning. I'm getting a gut rot of some kind. Okay. So that was Dr. Raf B. That follows this great doctor online. This, as you see, looks quite ready to me. I do not want it much drier. It is going to dry up even more because you can see the amount of steam that's coming out now. You see that? If you want to take a break from this very wonderful show from a famous YouTuber, hey everybody, it's your famous YouTuber from Canada. So I'm going to be cooking the veggies and the noodles now. So thank you everybody for seeing my beautiful face and surviving that. Thank you very much. If it wasn't you, I would have just done something very simple. But you can imagine what that might have been, eh? I would just put that in a plate or something, into a bowl or something. So I wouldn't have made this much anyway. But again, this is not all egg. It's mostly veggies and only 3 eggs, out of which we only took 2 yolks. The third yolk went down the drain. Yeah. Okay, so this thing is done. This can go for a wash. Time for number 2. Not that number 2, but this number 2, which is here. The back burner becomes the front burner. The amount of noodles today that we did, these are completely dried up now. I left them in these 2 parts to let them dry. I also have to tell you about what we are going to be making now. That's the black pepper. That's ready. Okay, so let's see how this is. It goes in the oil. Avocado oil, or whatever oil you use. 3 tablespoons at least, if not 4. I would say that's 4 tablespoons. What are we doing? We're preparing the sauté for the noodles. The same noodles we cooked 2 days in a row. These noodles are now going to a neighbor, a sweet friend of mine. Hopefully she likes them. Again, to know if it's cooked or not, if it's reached that temperature or not, again, take half of this. And if it doesn't sizzle, it's already sizzling. That means it's reached the temperature. Because even at the back, it was already at some sort of temperature here. Okay, I'm going to show you all the veggies that I have. My red onions finished, so I used some of these ones. Going to mix and match them. So the sauté preparation has started. Red onions. I actually got this as a platter. You don't buy this anywhere. I got this at a platter from an Indian restaurant here in Toronto. And it's a lot of veggies already now. If you just look at, I'm going to use the flat one. I don't cook with stainless steel things. In metal, in any metal, I just use wooden spoon. Especially in aluminum, we all know that we shouldn't use. Okay, so this is high. So you can hear the sizzle. Okay. Ginger garlic. Pretty hot down under here. Green chilies. I have deveined most of them, but it still has some kick. It will have some kick or bite to it. So you see, we've already started our second dish. The first one is done. Hi there, Zareen. Zareen, how are you? Hey, I got 5 likes already. Very good. I hope I got some subscriptions as well. Okay. Now go in 1 cup, or it's 1.5 cups of cabbage. I've grated this, or actually cut this very, very fine. Mushrooms, a lot of them, a lot of them, a lot of them. Okay, mushrooms, a lot of them, a lot of them. It is still not equal to the 1 pack because they've been very thinly cut. I've cut them very thin. Thank you, Zareen. Thank you for the like. If you subscribe, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, maybe at some point in the video today you would want to do that. There's absolutely no forcing, but of course, I think I cook better when some of you are watching me. I think that's what I feel. You know, because for a lot of single people, we don't have a lot of people watch, you know, what that we're cooking for until we actually invite people over. Carrots, unlikely visitor to the noodles, but I did put some. The only strange part about them is that they might lose water. They might leave water in here. Hi, Linda. Very good. Thanks, Linda. How are you and where are you, Linda? So I'm just going to turn off the exhaust. So you see how colorful and beautiful it looks? Cabbage, mushroom, red onions, a little bit of white onions, carrots, green chili, the hot chili peppers, everything natural. Of course, this has been bought from the store. I'm going to put VH1 soy sauce in here. Linda, thank you. You're the first one today, actually, that said that she subscribed. I am in Ontario, Canada. A teacher, and I cook. Actually, I learned all of this in hospitality school up in North Bay, Ontario. Yeah, that was my first time in Canada when I first came here in 1998 as an international student. And I was an actual international student. I wanted to, you know, because I just came here to study and I was gone after. So, Mystery Princess, thank you. Add egg. Okay. Zara, thank you. Hi. Linda Wiley. Virginia, very good. Very good. Mildred Moran Davis, thank you. Mystery Princess, thank you. Zareen, thank you. Ann B, thank you. Mildred Moran, thank you. And Linda, thank you. So, we have already made eggs. I could break an egg and put it now. I'll just use this. If you want, you can do that, but I got that idea already from you. You are absolutely right on that one. Absolutely right. We can also, she's absolutely right when she says break an egg on that. Again, more veggies. We don't eat veggies. How many people have ginger in their home? I can just about guess. Unless you're from a different part of the world, you won't have ginger. I put a very little ginger, but I put a lot more garlic. Mortar pestle, throw it in. Okay, this is cooking too much, which is not good. I'm gonna put salt down. Where's our salt? And hot sauce. Two kinds of hot sauce. No, I'm not going to do all of this, only half. I'm going to throw the remaining, sorry. The other half is the chili sauce. You can get some ethnic brands from overseas that you see in the international section of your supermarket. Okay. Okay. Right? And the black pepper I had, I'm going to put that now. All of that black pepper goes in, about close to 3/4 of a tablespoon. Yeah, 3/4 of a tablespoon. And somebody said put some ketchup in there. So I'm going to put a little bit of Heinz. Not more. Okay. So I'm usually guilty of putting not so much salt in my food, but all of these sauces will have some salt in them, as you know. All of these sauces, if you read the back of these ingredients, especially this guy, you will know. Now it says it doesn't have gluten, but the noodles would probably have gluten, right? For those that are not glutinous people. Okay. You got the spoon? I'm gonna close this. The noodles are actually already cooked. The veggies had to cook. So I'm gonna keep turning this rather than break the length of these noodles. I don't want to break them. I'm gonna keep turning this over. Right? Mine are not overly. If you wanted, you could have put more oil in this, but then you could always do a little bit more of this and a little bit more of that. So there's a lot of little bit this and a little bit that you and I can do always. So keep turning. Upside, downside, downside, upside. This way, that way, this way. Whichever works. So that, you know, at least the spice and the saute that we prepared gets covered, embalmed, rubbed off on all of this. I did not make a lot of mess here, but don't jinx it. Okay. Spring onions. There were a little bit of spring onions. The last part of it, the one that looks white that were in there, the green sides were not there. We had all used them up, and today, even though I went to the supermarket, great guy, I didn't bring them. So let me see if there's any more message. Hey Toto, hey Christopher, hey Linda Wiley. Well, where's my bowl at? I'm ready too. Mildred Moran, thank you. Muhammad Ali, thank you. Thank you. Yes, thanks for saying welcome. Welcome for my thanking you for subscribing. You see, so it's just easy, you know? We gotta have this sort of a, I want some more color maybe here. Tip, tip, tip. Now, some of you get kikoman. Yeah, kikoman is a great sauce too. I've seen that in some of these Chinese places. Remember, these were quite a bit of noodles. Quite a few noodles. The one ingredient I have not put is vinegar. Do you want to put vinegar now? Or did you want to put that with the cooking? That's up to you. Did you want to put that in the bed of the saute of onions and garlic and the veggies and the cabbage and all of that? Did you want to put it with that? Then that was for you to do at that time. You can still do that now once it lands into the plate. You can have like some condiments on the side and just have them. Oh, this looks good. Meat or no meat, up to you. I've been having a lot of, I can show you the ones we get here. I think most of you are in the US. We get this one. 4 liters for $2. Sometimes it's even cheaper. Sometimes it's $1.99. If you want, I can put, okay? But I'm not a fan of this. But I want to acknowledge you, and I'm very thankful for everybody that has. I don't want to put more than this. I don't agree with this. This is not apple cider, but then apple cider is going to destroy this anyway, so you might as well let the pigs eat it then. Okay. I'm going to put this. It's not going to make much of a difference, but it has that scent. It has that vinaigrette kind of scent. Of course, it does. So, again, I'm not breaking them. I'm just turning them inside, upside, downside, downside, upside. The only thing it could have less, I am feeling now, is salt. Because the veggies that we put in have their own salt sugar content. For example, cabbage is sweet or sweeter. Carrots are always sweet. Mushrooms don't taste salty. Veggies never taste salty when they're natural, right? Onions don't taste salty. So then there's all of those things in here. Let's put them in here. What I have this with when I really am in the mood is Chinese jasmine tea. Some people like something cold. There's one thing I learned from the Chinese, which is very good because I've had lots of friends who are Chinese, and they never drink anything cool with their food. They will always have a hot beverage. So, please don't mess that up. Okay, don't do it. Okay. You want me to try and see how this ended up? Can you see me now? It's actually very mild. Actually, it can take more spice. It's actually very mild, but it has a brilliant taste of the veggies and the noodles. If you want the eggs we made, we can put it in that and do it that way. Okay? Again, it could have more spice. And I'm going to put it in here for the friend and or the neighbor. I think for me, I'm going to put more of this soy sauce in there. Because your spices and other things have to be proportional to what you are. How's everybody's Sunday, by the way? It was very weird that when I asked Google what time it was, it said it was Saturday the 29th. I said, really, Saturday the 29th or Sunday the 29th? And it has done that to me once before as well. So, the only bite I see in this is the black pepper. That's the only bite I'm getting in here. Okay, also the eggs that we had, I wanted to kind of take that up with everybody that has joined us late. We also made eggs in our thing today. Of course, the clientele or the viewership I'm focusing most on here is the Canadian and American. I think there's more people from the US here, but I do hope there's people from Canada watching because probably just quiet here. Okay, goes in the wash. Okay, now what was I saying? The yellow that you see in this is not curry powder. The yellow in the curry powders, which I have not used, is usually something like this, or an Indian brand. We have used something called turmeric. The actual turmeric root, or the rhizosome as we call it, is what we have used. I'm going to show you how much actually I cook with things. Okay, the other one that I put that away. This is actually what the actual, yeah, the actual turmeric looks like. You could look up a few stores, maybe a little bit of a high-end store. You get this for $4, $4.50. Here in Canada, we get it $4.50 per pound, or $5 a pound. Just wash the outside. You don't need to peel that off, and just grate it into whatever food. If you want to have it as a tea, you can have that as a tea. Don't boil it, but just take hot water from your kettle, put that in a cup, and put these, and then put some honey if you want, or just have it as a medicine. Right, so it cured my acid reflux for the most part. The noodles that we used today, and everything is different. Hi, Toto. What sauce is that? Which sauce were you saying? This sauce, Toto? Was it this sauce you were saying? Yeah, yeah. So the Jamaicans use that, but this is actually my grandma, when I remember when I used to be in India as a kid. The scent in this is very similar to how she used to make it. And then after the 80s, in that part of the world, and I'm sure also in Jamaica and other places, this started to be bottled. So now everybody was getting one kind, and whoever was doing it separately in their home, was getting it separate. So similar to how Italians are. You go to somebody's house, their meatballs and their Italian seasoning could be different if they have used their own, concoction of those spices. This is the noodle we used, whatever it comes to, where you are. I used three of them. To make this, but of course there's veggies and other things on top. Okay, love the black pepper too. Curtis, hi, how are you? Yeah, but Jamaican spice, and this is the Jamaican spice that I bought here. Does it have a thing at the bottom? Does it say made in where? I don't know if there's a sticker on top. No, yeah, it's here. Universal Impex, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Okay, so this is a concoction of all of those aromatic spices along with turmeric. Turmeric might be the base, but the other spices are with that. So then that's what goes. Or they have the jerk spice, right? So, do you guys want to watch something else now? Which I've actually already covered in some of the other ones, other videos. Oh, should not cover this yet. Okay, it's hot. Okay, I don't know if somebody was asking about this sauce. Toto, what sauce were you asking for? Was it this one? Actually, this has a thing on it still. So casing or whatever you call it. I don't know why I did that. It doesn't increase my popularity on YouTube. Oh my God, I did this. Oh my God, I'm becoming so popular on YouTube right now. Not okay. So in some places I have seen sauce, thin sauce, this sauce. So I just got this one because this is made here. VH1 or VH. VH1 used to be a music channel. Yeah, it's from here. It says bottled in Canada. So okay. Um, Anything else you want to talk about before I make the beverage for today? Beverage. 1 cup water. What is this? You know what this is now. What is this? What is this, beautiful people? This is, actually there is already some ginger in there. So, yeah, this one is fresh ginger, so it's very watery right now. And so it's still got floating matter, but that's all ginger anyway. Okay. Okay, I've got another spice here. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mildred. Thank you for being so active. You know what this is? It's probably 16 to 18 dollars a pound of these. So this would be half a pound. This could be maybe, I don't know how much this is, but there's a weight of the glass, so I can't say how much. But I'm gonna take some in my magic bullet or whatever you use. I'm gonna wipe this off with the bounty pad or whatever, because we had black pepper in this before, so I don't wanna. We got 4 pods, or just take the large ones and put back the small ones or whatever. 1. And sometimes they're good ones from Indian stores and stuff. So that's 4 of them. The good part about these is that you can even use this setting. You don't need just a flat one. This will work well. Okay. If I want, I can actually make this completely powder. Hold on. I can change the setting. Hold on, change the setting. Okay, you can see that now? But you can't smell the nice fragrance I'm getting right now. So quickly turn that over. Now, some people, so we cook, because I'm South Asian, we cook our tea. Now see, it's gonna go do that. I got this brand of tea, but you could get, so this is the mother company of Tetley. It's an international Indian brand. Hi Chandrani, how are you? Chandrani, namaskar. So this is the same brand as the Tetley. Tetley actually belongs to this brand. So I got the open ones. So I'll show you how I store that. I store that in the container that I cannot find. I have found now. Okay. Like done. Thank you for the like done. Okay? You can let it brew at a lower one. Half a spoon. And you would let it turn Coca-Cola or Pepsi color, which is not as dark as your soy sauce, but at least like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Got it? So you would let it get that dark. Once it gets that dark, you will be able to check, and I will show you how much to look for. Some of these items, they were hot here, the noodles we made. Do you want me to put it in the front? Okay, I'll put it in the front. I know it's easier for you, but there's more loss of heat here. Well, what the hell, right? Do you see? Do you see there's a redness in there? Of course, there's a blackness too, but there's a redness in there. Okay, so this is a good consistency right now. If you want very little water, you can put now, very little, because I want to drink a little bit more. When I cook, when you guys are watching, it turns out even better than when I would have done it myself alone, without being watched. So, hi Chandrani. Chandrani, you know I live in Canada, so I will speak in English, my friend. I can say 1,000 apologies, Chandrani, but I will speak in English here because a lot of our people here speak and understand English. I am a Canadian, so I'm doing this for our afternoon time, and I know where you are, it is quite late, so I apologize, but the English will continue. Sorry for being a terrible person, but I'm not. So, okay. This was cardamom. Get these. Don't get the ones that don't have the cover, because then they don't have the scent either. But you'll say, yeah, but it has a scent. If you were here and you opened this, you would know what I'm unleashing every time I open this. You could also use that in rice pudding, by the way. If you make rice pudding to make it a little bit, aromatic, it doesn't have any spice level in it. It's not hot or salty or anything. It's just a spice like a bay leaf. It's just a spice. Just got. Now, at this point, you could take it off the gas if you do not like milk in your tea. Sorry. So at this point, you could take it off if you do not drink milk with your tea. And there's quite a few people that like black coffee, black tea, this and that. But I'm going to give it a boil. So the main thing is giving it a boil. So it's a couple cycles of boil. It's almost boiling. I'm going to get the milk from this. Okay, so I'm using this. This is a Canadian brand. Okay, so what color do you like with that? It's pretty much like my color now, or maybe lighter or darker or richer. And keep it closed. And it'll come to a boil, and then you're ready to go. How's that? Yeah, cardamom is pretty good if you like the spices. I'm going to start putting things on the table, on the eating table here. But I'm going to show you how I use this. You do need a strainer for this. I'm turning off the glass top. If you have the glass top, this is not induction, even though it looks like that. It's just GE glass top, and then so much cleaning's got to be done. So please do like, guys. There's 22 people watching. There's only 16 likes. If I can get 17, 18, 19, that would be nice, nice, nice. So this is chai tea. Now, disclaimer. If you like other spices, I have this. I don't like a lot of cinnamon in my food. It's got too many scents then. But if you like that, you could have put that in here, okay? So I got this on Amazon. So it was organic, and then it was Ceylon, but it's powder. You can see, right? You can see that? Yeah. Another ingredient that makes chai tea really wonderful are cloves. If you have cloves, cloves can do that. I used to have them here now. I didn't get them. I did not get them again. I'm gonna put some licorice, not licorice. I'm gonna put some stevia in here. Yeah, I take stevia. I know I'm a terrible person, right? Stevia, 1, 2. That's enough. So we're gonna put some stevia in this, and some people leave it like that, and then whatever little remaining is left from the brew, it comes up. Like it sort of goes into that. As per my policy, never leave anything naked in the fridge. So this is the extra. I remember when we used to be in hotel school, they used to say, make it really tight, don't let the air get in. So I know this is, all of this is extra, but this is better than leaving it as is. And we used to put labels on them back in the day. We used to put labels on them. In our next part, not today, I'm going to show you something called edible gum. Edible gum comes in forms of crystals. This is not for today, but I'm just giving you a teaser. This, you could say, looks like raisins, but if I make you listen to what it sounds like when it falls, I'm going to put it there so you can hear it. What does it sound like? Sounds like a stone. So, thank you. I love chai tea too. So, when we soak these, even 8 of them, I want to show you what happens with this. They become this beautiful crystallized stuff called edible gum that you can use as a thickening agent in creams. Look at that. You look at how crystally soft it is. Yeah, I'm gonna eat that. No taste. You could look this up, but again, it depends on which store is near you. I've just stored it like that. I could have put that in a bottle or in a bowl. And I'm going to show you what this is. But again, if you had food sensitivities, this is not a thing that you should experiment with, because you are where you are and you know your health. I'm going to get this one, new one. Oops. Friends that come to my house, they usually say, you use so much of saran wrap, it's unreal. I said, yeah, that's why I got 3 meters. No, I think it's 69.7, 70 square meters. So I got to do it really tight. I like it done really tight, you see that? And next time we open it, we're going to do the same. Edible gum. If tonight I have time, hey there, it isn't like cornstarch, my friend JG. It's more like it's more like I don't know. It's just some sort of like a crystal that you can sort of make like that. It looks like craft jelly, but it's not, because it doesn't have sugar in it. I looked at the components of it. Let's pour the tea, since you would want me to. Since you would want Okay, tea strainer. Ouch. Hot. You see, so this is experience that experience has taught me, and just to get the last squeeze from all of these things, which were ginger, cardamom, and everything, I'm gonna push this down to get that last juice out of it. Okay, so let's put this all here. We have our two items, which are veggies. And despite whatever we did, this was not even one full bowl. It's maybe 3/4 of a bowl. Maybe 3/4 of a bowl if I sit it down, right? If I sit it down, then it's here. Okay, Toto and everybody else. Yeah, it is a thickener, but it's probably more like psyllium. Have you seen psyllium husk? It's probably like psyllium, but it's actually the sap of a plant, sap of a tree. The Africans, people from Sudan and all of those, they have this very strange looking but a very fat plum tree called the baobab tree. It's from a similar family of that tree that they collect the sap, they let it dry, and then they become crystals that sound like salt. You know, when you drop them, it sounds like they're little pieces of stone or stone chip. It sounds like and looks like stone chip. But yeah, so just to go back on that topic, but when you put these many in here, and if you want, you can join me tonight and see how many of them have, sorry, one of them fell down. One of them have sprouted. How much have sprouted? We can show you. So I have my water kettle here. I'm gonna put this, and you can even leave it in the fridge. You don't have to boil this. You just leave it for it to be done. Actually, my favorite household item. I brought this. Okay, so let me take this here with you for you. Oh, this thing is going now, eh? So I'm gonna cover this up. This is summers still. You could have flying bugs, insects, and stuff. So have a look at what this is now. And when we see this tonight, or it takes about 6 to 7 hours. And then it just becomes very white crystal like the one I showed you. Okay, this is my favorite item. Do you guys like saran wrap? I love saran wrap. Okay. My chai is here, and my food is here now. What would you like now? Don't say you want to see me eat now, like a monster. Everything good? Okay, you do want to see me eat a little bit? Okay. That's a lot of food we made in 1 hour. Can you see me? Let me check my other phone to see if you can. everybody. It's me, Raf B. We are. Oh, you can't. Hey there. Can you see my beautiful face? You see, the thing about this beautiful face is you see it once and you never forget it. Okay, so I shouldn't be watching my own from the other phone, but okay. I'm gonna take a sip of this. Nice, nice, nice. Could be more spicy, but I didn't want to make it too aromatic, too spicy. I'm gonna take a little bit of this. These noodles. Actually wanted to use tongs for this, but then never mind, this is fine. Okay, so this guy's done. We put him away. And then the eggs. So these are scrambled eggs we made on a bed of onion, ginger, garlic, tomato, one full tomato, actual tomato, two green chilies, but the seeds had already been kind of removed. So I cut it from the middle, the pod, I just cut it from the middle and the seeds were there. So I just popped them, I just kind of, I scraped them off with the knife. And I put them in this, and then we used salt, black pepper, green peas, frozen type. So that's also in here. So onion, ginger, garlic, green chili or not, black pepper or not, salt, 3 eggs in which we only used 2 of the yolks. The third one went down the drain, and it's too far gone now. We can't recover it, can't be rescued. Okay? So with all my meals, I do try to do intermittent fasting, eat around 1 p.m. and around 9 o'clock, 10, and then that's that. Okay, anything else you'd like to say? Please drop in your name so I can say hi to you personally. Thank you, Toto. You do love chai tea. And everybody's chai tea is different in their homes. The one ingredient that can make or break chai tea is cloves, which I did not have. If you want, I can go to the store another day and get the cloves, and won't be more than $5 to $6 for 100 grams, 3 ounces or so. I'm almost 50 years old. I would say not very bad for 50, but there's very many people that eat better, exercise better, and they're very good for 50. I mostly cook in avocado oil. I do not have canola or this or that or the other, or I cook in butter. These eggs have been cooked in butter. They have not been cooked in refined oil or anything. Any questions, anything you want to say? It's nice to see you all. You want to see me eat, right? Okay. I got it. I got it. I could put more spice in this. I could put more of those red and green sauce, and put more soy sauce in there. Yeah, you can get more. Okay, again with spices and everything, less is more. Once you have gone over the limit of the spice, you cannot make it less. That's why we say less is more, start less, then you can add more if you like, and if whoever you're with likes it. If they like it like that. is everybody joining us from? Florida. Again, for JG, like you mentioned, cornstarch, like I said, is factory made. It's a product, right? It's manufactured, it's created. This exists in nature as little sap from a tree, and as the sap comes out, they keep collecting it, cutting it, collecting it, and then keeps drying. So in South Asia and Central Asia, including the Middle East and Africa, this tree and its sap, this thing that's already now starting to grow and expand, is used for over 1,000 years. Okay, so hope you're having some fun watching me eat. Feels good. Thanks for joining me. Um, I want to eat some more of this, but I think I should give them a good portion. At least they should get all of this. This is heavy. And then I could put more. Put nothing there. I'm actually glad Mildred also said do not put much vinegar in it, so there was not much vinegar. Some people like balsamic vinegar, but I think this one gets the white vinegar, but I didn't put much at all. I put like maybe it was 20 drops, which can't do much to this big a meal that we created today. Okay, everybody, do subscribe if you haven't. Um, okay, how long have we been connected? Okay, I'm going to show you one more thing since you're with me. Oh. These flowers, best things I got here at a grocery store here in Canada. You know, the grocery stores have a garden section in summer. So I used these, and hey, I've got lots of likes now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have our National Day coming up here, which is July 1, Canada Day, when Canada became a country like it exists now. So we were always a country, but like we do now. Okay. Put my Cinderella slippers on. So we've had some bad heat, but the yellow patches are fast going away now. Okay. So we're gonna prepare this. I use this one. Of course, the French and English in Canada, so everything is French and English. Either it's the side or it's together. I'm gonna take very little. Some people ask me how I use them on my flowers because they say my flowers bloom more than what they were blooming at the supermarket. Okay. So this already, let me show you. This already comes with a spoon. Okay, my way of using this is I don't use this side, I use this side. Again, less is more. I've already filled this up. Okay, looks actually like a detergent, but it's not. So this has a stop switch and on switch. This is 1.6 liters or half a gallon. Half US gallon, yeah. Clean my hands here. Okay. I put it like that because it's easier to mix it that way because now it's all gone. It's all become a part of this thing. So we're gonna start there so you can see. Swirl, swirl, swirl. So look at these, how beautiful these ones look. Yeah, these are petunias, but these ones are really nice. And these ones are even better. These blue ones look pretty. Oh, there's messages here. Yeah, it is. Aslam, thank you. Yeah, these are all natural flowers, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, you mean? It is good afternoon time here, sir. Not good morning time here, sir. Hi there, how are you? Beautiful kolar. Natural flowers we have, yes, we have. Plants named Petunia and um, Lorelia. I think it's Lorelia, Lorelia for the blue one. Lorelia rock or something. Hey everybody, please like if you can. Yeah, the spoon you said Aslam comes with it. The spoon is a part of this, the system. It's a part of this, okay? Okay, thank you for watching. We have been, hey Cheyenne. Hey Cheyenne, are you in Wyoming? Are you the capital? I'm just giving water here. Okay, not funny. Sorry. Sorry for being a terrible person. How are you, Cheyenne? Where are you joining from? I'm in Ontario, Canada. We just made two quick items that took us, I think, 45 minutes to an hour. We made scrambled eggs, the unusual kinds, and we also made noodles. Chinese noodles, also with a twist of more noodles, less oil, and more healing properties with more veggies. With the eggs, we put actual turmeric today. Actual turmeric meaning the root or the rhizosome as we call it, not the powder yellow turmeric or curry spice or anything like that. So that was good today. No, I don't have kids. No, thank you. You have kids? I hope you're enjoying the kids during the holidays. So this is not so much about me. This is more about cooking and just life with no talk about religion and politics and all of the bad stuff. Because both of these are bad stuff. Religion and politics are both terrible things. So we don't do that here. But and I don't really have much of my life that I share on here. But I do share where I live and how I pass my time so that it's relaxing But of course, everybody's looking for different things, so I'm sure there's another shop available for the others. I don't understand what you mean by Sir Ice. What is Sir Ice? Who is Sir Ice? What is that? We don't have ice at this time of the year. I am not near any mountain, and we don't have snow at this time of the year, unless something crazy happens and then we get snow. I have seen snow in June in the last many years that I've been living in this country. Yeah, I have seen I have seen that. So I'm only going to water the shaded part. I'm not going to go to the other one because then the grass is going to get burnt. So, hey everybody, we're just having a relaxing day after cooking for an hour. We just watered these beautiful flowers, the petunias and the Lorelia rocks. I guess that's what they're called. And then there's two more here. They're pretty, pretty, pretty. And then just putting some water here in Ontario, Canada. So do like if you like what you see, as long as it's peaceful, relaxing to watch. You probably hear the sound of the water coming out, right? My location in Canada is Brampton, Ontario. We're in the suburb of Toronto. We are a northern suburb of Toronto. Yes. Thank you, Aslam official. So on my channel, I don't discuss politics or religion or any of these things. So like some people do, and you know. Yeah, so you can save the water, right, Mitsa? Mista? Mr. Heisty? You can save the water, right? You save your water. I like my lawn to look good. I'm supporting nature. You don't want to do anything, you don't do anything, okay? How's that? You come online to criticize people who have done nothing to you and who are just here to do this. Not really to make money. I don't make money with 250 subscribers. Anyway, too many like that. I don't know Sabarwanta states. What does that mean? Saber? Okay, I'm gonna close the water now so that there's some peace. You can just hear the birds then. More peaceful now, right? The birds like the water. They sometimes come here, they dance in this, they jump. So please like, if it's peaceful, relaxing for you to watch this. I don't want to show other people's homes because that's not the nice thing to do. But inadvertently, if something shows, thousand apologies. But I'm just looking at showing my front garden. The back garden does need work, and that's a different conversation. Hello, bro. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. Aslam, sorry, I did not understand you. Thousand apologies. Really sorry. I tried, but I couldn't understand what you had written. Sabars Wanta States have. That's what you wrote. Sabar. Above the word good, there's a sentence that I don't understand, sir. Very sorry. Hey, mister, how are you? Oh, got 10 people again. Hey, how are you, everybody? The name is difficult, sir. What name is difficult? Oh, very good. Where are you? Hey, Dijon, Singleton. Yeah, this is not the other grass, but this is the nice grass, not the other grass. Hey, Dijon, welcome. Where are you? Thank you, everybody, for the like. If you like, we can sit at the back as well, and I can have my tea. Yeah, it is sunny, but it's not very hot here. What is the temperature? What is the time? I already told you, Brampton, Ontario, Canada. You got it now? You're okay now? Everybody got it? The picture you have here is my cat, is my friend's cat actually, that I really liked. He was a very joyful cat, and 27 degrees. You mean you need to say, so you have 27 degrees in your city? Hey, Misbah, how are you? Where are you? Where are you, Misbah? Where are you located? Look at the time. Saudi Arabia. Okay. So you are in Saudi? You work in Saudi and live in Saudi? How many of you, what countries are you from? Misbah, where are you from? Terry, sorry, Singleton, Dijon, where are you? Mr. Not bad brother, back from work, where are you? Yeah, I don't use 248, 348 because it's not accurate. I used the 24-hour clock. Yeah, I don't have, even on my watch, if you see, even on my watch, I don't have those timings. I have this 24-hour clock, yeah. Okay. 2:48 at night, you mean? Okay. So you could write my time is 2:48 or Saudi time is 2:48. So that's also easy. Okay, guys, I hope you have liked, maybe subscribed if you have. Aslam, what do you do there? Misbah, I asked you a question. Are you able to respond or have you left? If you've left, goodbye. That's okay. Where are you guys located? Which city are you guys located? Also, Aslam, when you ask somebody where they are, it's common to say where you are located to. It would be nice, of course, since you want to talk. Okay, guys, we will end in about 10 minutes. If you like watching this, you can just keep watching this. I want to show you the sky. Are people here from India? Since I see Indian flag here. Look at the sky color here. Look at the sky, color of the sky. Okay, 9:50 p.m. Okay. Do you hear a lot of birds? Actually, I don't hear them. When I make a video and send it, then my friends say, "Oh, you have a lot of birds." I say, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, in the video, I mean, in the audio. Okay, in the audio of that video. Yeah, yeah, yeah." Okay, but you're an Indian who doesn't live in India, right? You're an Indian who lives in Saudi. What is your job in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, lots of birds here. Lot of birds here in Canada country. Oil and gas company, but what do you do for them? Are you an engineer for them? Are you a helper for them? Do you work in administration for them? You know, so there's lots of jobs, right? Lots of different kinds of jobs people have. Aramco, yes, I remember. Arab American Oil Company, right? That's a huge company. It's a government company with the two governments, I think. Saudi government and Aramco is huge. Huge, huge company. Okay, so that's what you are. Okay. Pipe fabricator. Very good, very good. Very nice. So I hope the channel is helping you a little bit, but maybe you already cook very well. I think you already know how to cook very well. And how old are you, Aslam? Okay, so Saudi Arabia bought own shares in that company. Six is when somebody first told me about it. It's called Arab American Oil Company, and and it was Americans that were doing the mining, and because it was Arab soil or Saudi soil, then it was their land. So Saudi also and Aramco, they became friends or whatever you call, right? They went into this mutual agreement. How old are you, Aslam, and do you cook? Do you cook yourself? Okay, you cook. Okay, very good. Um, I don't understand. I think I am. Yeah, it is. But again, the beauty of this country is not just nature, it's our rules, our laws, that we are not a religious country, you know? We are not a country which is very conservative or reserved. That's what I like about Canada. We don't judge a lot of people. There is some judgment, but we don't judge a lot of people compared to a lot of other countries, including where you are. You know, where you are is a difficult place, I think, for a lot of us because we are not, a religious society. We don't think religion is needed in society. But for people who think that they need that, then they can follow that in their home, which is fine, even here. No, Aslam, I teach. I teach in a college. Yeah, college. Okay, guys, so do like whoever's here and subscribe. Is this your first time on my channel, Aslam? First time on my channel? I will be close. I will be closing in 1 minute. Uh, you know, so I will be closing in half a minute or less because we will do 2 hours of streaming, which is fine. And then maybe I will join tonight or in the evening. Please subscribe and click on all. When you subscribe and look at the bell, click on all. It does not give you a notification if you do not click all. That's why you don't get notifications, because YouTube has changed that setting for everybody. So please click all and you will get notifications from every person. Okay, it's your second time. Thank you everybody. Thank you everybody that is here. So YouTube has respected people's privacy if they don't want to be notified. So you have to click on all rather than personalized. So when you click on the bell icon, it only by default selects personalized, which means that it will not give you notification. So if you click on all, that's when you get the notification. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining. Thank you. Take care. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Goodbye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye, good evening. It's still afternoon, but good evening to you. And if you're choosing to sleep, then have a good sleeping time. Otherwise, I will see you in another few hours. Okay. Hi, Anu. Hi, Aruna. Hi, how are you? Okay, Anu, I was just leaving. We did a lot of cooking today, so you can watch the cooking in 1.5 times, 1.5 times speed, you know, in 1.5x the speed of the video. You can even watch that and it'll be quite good. Thank you, Anu. I'm very good. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for joining, and I thank you for joining me. But I am actually closing off the channel now for today, meaning for now. I want to close the video. Is that okay, Anu? Please take care. Take care, Anu. Goodbye. Bye, everybody that's watching. Please subscribe if you can. Please like the video if you can, if you remember. If you don't remember, it's okay. But if you remember, it's nice. Okay, everybody. Thank you and goodbye. Goodbye.